Alright guys, let's open this lucky tackle box. We got a couple of these coming in. We have actually the regular lucky tackle box. We also have the XL. I think it comes in tomorrow or the next day. We also have the mystery tackle box and the Pro coming in. So what I want to do with these is show y'all all four of them and show you what the difference is and the prices. But let's not wait, let's open it up. Alright, so what we have here is the lucky tackle box. It comes in a blue box. I believe the XL lucky box is the same thing. But when you first open them up, they've got all these, got this really cool packaging all over it. First thing you see is a card that tells you everything that comes in it. It'll have the prices, the name brands, everything you need to know what's inside of it. The first thing we have here is the Z-Man Chatterfrog, which I personally have never seen one of these. Supposedly they've been out for a little while, but again, I've never seen them. But it's just like your standard chatterbait, except that the blade on it is actually colored, kind of like your skirt. The head on it is actually a little bit bulkier, but it's pretty cool that it kind of imitates the frog. Again, the skirt, I checked them out online. The skirt patterns on these are a little bit different than what you're used to. And the trailers on them are actually really cool too. Some of the boxes will have different color trailers. This one actually just came two with the same style trailer. But we'll put one of these on and I'll show you what they look like. So on these, what you want to do is you don't want to fully come out, I guess the butt end of it. You actually want to come out, you know, just a little bit before that butt end. So you want to pull it down as much as you can. And then pull it up to the bump guard. Bye-bye. So you see, that's what we have here. What's really cool about these, and I'm kind of excited to see it when it gets in the water, is these legs. Once you're moving this in the water, there's going to be so much reaction to it. I mean, when bass come up and see this, they're just going to thump it. But pretty cool, pretty excited to try this out. Again, the second trailer is kind of the same, so we'll see how it works out. The second thing in the box, let me go back. These Z-Mans will run you about $4.99. Next thing you have is the live target frog, the popper. This is pretty cool. See that there? It's got the little feather back on it, and it's got the little popper cup, so when this thing hits the water, it's actually going to spit water out. With one of these, it's going to be kind of that walk the dog kind of style. It's not going to be kind of that regular frog pull in. One unique thing about this is the body type. Actually, when this thing is going underwater, it actually comes up, which actually kind of gives it the profile of escape mode for a frog. So these are really neat. I've never used one of these. I've always wanted to buy one, but I don't know, pretty excited about it. It has a greenish yellow color. It's pretty neat. One of these runs $10.99. So, you know, I was talking to a buddy of mine yesterday, you know, he was talking to me about prices on these. Now, if you get this thing for 3 months, I think it was like 14 bucks a month. But what's really neat is $14 a month. This thing was $10.99. So this one lure is pretty much covered your entire box. So I think this whole box value will probably come out to be, I don't know, like 30 bucks or so, 35. So you get your money back. Next thing you have Reaction Strike, which is $7.99. You get 4 of these thin shad. Open this thing up. Basically what these are is it's a swim bait, and you can do different styles with this. Usually I use them as a trailer, or you can rig it up with like a jig head where it kind of bounces on the bottom. Then it's got this paddle in the back. It gives it a little bit of reaction. Cool thing about this is the ribbed body, and the reason for that is when this thing goes down, it actually kind of slows down the process of it going down, which also the water hits it, which kind of makes the water, what's a good description for it would be, it gives a little bit more water movement. Makes the water kind of vibrate around it. These are really cool. Again, I use these more for like trailers on jigs. You know, it makes the jig a little bit more bulkier and presentable. But the color on this is really cool. I don't know, I'm excited. I'm ready to try these out. This pack actually came with 4 of them, so I have a few little ways to hook them up. On the back of this, it says, you know, you can use these for A-rigs, jigs, spinner baits, Texas rig. Really wouldn't use it for a Texas rig and a Carolina rig, but Reaction Strike always has a bunch of cool stuff that they do. And this one is called Bass Munition. I've never heard of this company before. This pack runs for $5. Let me pull one of these out. So basically it's kind of your typical beaver kind of style. So when this, I would use this for either a trailer for a jig, or I might hook it up Texas rig where it sits on the bottom, or maybe just like a shaky head, because if this thing's sitting on the bottom like this, the water movement's actually going to make these move around, which is more reaction. Paddles on the sides will move around too. You just kind of slide it on the bottom or pop it up. These are pretty cool. It says it has an infused smell. It kind of smells like bacon. Kind of weird. Oh, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna go online and check them out and see if I can find out more about them. Mustad hooks, probably one of my favorites out there. This is actually a 4/0 big mouth. These are good. I'll probably actually hook these up too on these on the swim baits. Again, those are the size 4/0s. And then you get a bumper sticker that comes with it. You get a book, which is actually some pretty cool details. They usually give you information on a pro angler, and then there's just little articles and storylines. See how to small swim baits, and then articles on the anglers. Also teaches you how to tie different knots, which is pretty neat. And then there's this lip balm, which I have never seen them give you lip balm, so not too sure about that. But again, we have the XL box coming, I think tomorrow or the next day, so I'll put that on as soon as I can. It's probably going to be some of the same stuff that I just pulled out here, but it might be different colors. There's definitely more of. It's a little bit more of an expensive box, but again, I think you pay like 23 bucks for that box. You get like $45 worth of stuff, so again, it pays out in the end. If you guys have any questions about this stuff, just leave comments below, and I'll try to keep up with this as much as possible. Again, I'm sorry, I got work and kid life. I think I'm about to start coaching youth soccer again too, so I'm trying to stay on top of this as much as possible. I do have a box coming in from my sponsorship, the Reel It In Baits. I got about $100 worth of stuff coming. I'll get that out as soon as I get it, and I will see you later.